how did you become the Hot Ones guy? How was the show conceived? Are you the creator of the show?
So Chris Schoenberger, who runs First We Feast, me and him, we were always just friendly in the hall and just had a good rapport. And then one day he came up to me and he's like, "Hey, I have this idea for a show where we interview celebrities but eat violently hot chicken wings." And the way that hit my ear, I was like, "That's the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life." So, we get into a room, we're like laying everything out. We call in Tony Yayo from G Unit to help shoot the pilot. And so he's helping us workshop out the beats too. And then what you see now, back then, I think it's maybe the first episode is maybe 7 wings. We didn't really have any idea of what it was or what it would be. We kind of thought it would be this funny show. We always had dreams of it being this sort of internet sideshow, but never this aspirational, powerful,
a serious
show.
Place for people to come.
Right, exactly. So what you see now after 110 episodes is just an
110?
evolution.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, when you say that out loud.
I just...
yeah. Wait a second.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. Every Thursday for 2 years.
Wow.
Was it a hard sell to the bosses at Complex, the concept?
Well, at the time, it was so wild, wild west. I mean, I could go into some things that, maybe could have been handled better at higher levels, but they kind of were out of our way. They were kind of if you guys are going to do this thing in this weird room, they were so focused on other projects that they really believed in. And us, we were just some
whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever, kind of doing this in the dark. And then, I actually think in a lot of ways what helped the show become what it is that there were so few
hands off
chefs in the kitchen.
Right.
It was just me and Chris, and we could make this thing work on our terms. And people would come in with advice, people would be like, "It should be 6 minutes," and we would just be like, "Just can you
thank you for the advice."
Yeah, thank you. Okay, cool. And right. All these people maybe they should be peppers. Do we have to do 10? I think all these people would be like, "Okay, cool. Well, can you just go over here and do that?" And so me and Chris could just still to this point, it could just be us. And then because of that, I think it's given us a little bit of elbow room because we really stuck to what we wanted to do. And then now it's to a point where nobody really...
They can't say shit
Yeah,
now.
they can't really cross any lines because we'll just be like, this is
incredible.
Exactly.
It almost reminded me of how Seinfeld came to be in a weird way.
But I think that's with a lot of these boats that float.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you have too many people who have ego and not much know-how,
right.
or have a title and not much know-how, getting into the way of these sorts of things, that's what sinks those. But it's just me and Chris kind of being naive, picking it up as we learning, really paying attention to our audience, being motivated by the growth, because it wasn't always a big hit show. As you guys know, how long did it take to get from 0 to 10,000 subscribers?
A year.
It took
exactly.
Us a year. So it's you really have to believe in what you're doing because there is no immediate payoff. And I think brands, big media companies, they don't let ideas evolve. They don't really let things grow. So I think that the fact that we were so misunderstood and underrated and put into a corner.
What empowered you guys?
That's what empowered us, for sure.
Pretty amazing.
I hope someone at a media company is listening.
They should. I guarantee they're not, but they should.
They should. And if you have a budget.
But you
I don't know. I have no
can't
idea.
really plan for it, It's just one of those things that just happen that.
I think that, you can make some chess moves along the way to help you succeed. But you can't make people fuck with you.
You just gotta
even when
keep...
you want it, and even if you have a good idea, it doesn't necessarily mean that the plane's going to take off.
I'm sure it wasn't your guys' first attempt at it. It's you have to keep hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting. And then when you find something that hits, you ride it.
Exactly.
I saw you say somewhere that the whole concept behind the show was that you guys wanted to make a celebrity interview show that didn't suck.
Right.
And in a way to disarm them in a way too.
Right.
And the solution to that, which was Hot Ones, was so beautiful and elegant. I'm wondering if there was any other early versions of the show before the spicy hot wings idea came in that you guys were considering.
No, it's just Chris just saying that line. Let's interview celebrities, but make them eat violently hot chicken wings. I'll never forget that.
It's
the
simple.
way he said it.
It's the clarity.
Exactly.
It's not just spicy.
Violently was crucial. If you just said spicy wings, I've been maybe let's shoot a pilot. But he was violently hot wings. It was revolutionary in my brain.
It's all good ideas can be expressed with that much clarity.
Exactly. And two, I think that all great ideas or inventions or whatever, you're solving for a problem that maybe people didn't even know they had. So, you have the celebrity interview, format, which is such a tired format. And so we're like, well, how do we make these interviews not boring? You have so many celebrities, they'll sit down. They're in a PR-driven flight pattern, right? How do we disrupt that?
Right.
And our answer for that was
Violently
hot chicken wings.